You could throw up an ad or send a few cold emails and you'd get dozens of eager prospects on your calendar in a matter of days. Or when you could stay focused on delivering what the prospect needed, whether it was courses, group coaching calls, done for you advertising services, etc., and not worry so much about what your competition was doing. But that is no longer the case. I hear more and more from our clients about how much harder and more expensive it is to generate qualified sales calls, and how they have to offer 15 things, all done for you custom work, in order to finally convince those skeptical prospects to pull out their credit card. And how they have to get more and more aggressive in their marketing, making bigger and bigger claims, giving them a massive level of anxiety every time they onboard a new client. Yet, all of us know that it is possible to scale, that there are other people in our industry generating 25, 35, 55 high-ticket clients every single month. So what do those people know that you can't seem to find out? Imagine if there was a way that you could position your offer so that you had sales prospects begging to get on your calendar. Imagine if there was a way you could remove all but the absolute necessary services in order to deliver on your promises. Imagine if there was a way that you didn't have to promise all custom done for you work and your clients were actually grateful for that. Want to know how that's possible? Let me show you how. First, let's talk about the problems with overpromising and aggressive marketing in our industry. Ever since Alex Hormozi's $100 million offers book hit the market, I've seen a flood of bolder and bolder claims being made in our industry. Become a millionaire overnight. We'll grow your business to $1 million, or you don't pay and we'll give you $5,000. We'll walk your dog, take your kids to school, give you a back massage, and edit your videos. While I am a very firm believer that that book was a net positive to our industry and even gave me a lot of insight as well, I think some people take it over the top. They make their offer appear more valuable through aggressive marketing and overpromising, but rarely do they actually follow through. This short-term thinking leads to a marketing campaign that is successful, but destroys your credibility in the long run. And even if you are able to deliver on these bold claims, it's likely you're unable to scale fulfillment. Your operations become incredibly complex, client communication goes through the roof, you wake up every day drowning in custom done for you work. But there is no doubt that, as Hormozi explains, having a more valuable offer makes your marketing campaigns more successful, leading to more leads, more sales calls, and more clients at a lower cost. I've seen that firsthand. But there is a better way to approach this process. One that doesn't leave you with a profit margin thinner than the plot of a bad horror movie. One that doesn't require so much complexity that you wake up every day feeling like you're trying to solve a Rubik's Cube while riding a unicycle on a tightrope over a bunch of crocodiles. In a moment, I'm going to walk through exactly how you can implement this new way of doing business, but first let me explain exactly what it is. I call it the hybrid offer. And after working with over 1,000 coaches, consultants, agency owners, and online service providers, I can tell you that I have not seen one offer scale past $10 million a year that didn't have some form of this. A hybrid offer takes the best elements of done for you, done with you, and do it yourself work and combines them to create one profit-producing, desperately desired, incredibly valuable offer. The best part of a done for you service is that it's incredibly valuable in the eyes of your prospect, and you can almost guarantee success since you're doing all the work for your clients. The downsides of done for you services is that you typically attract clients that take no responsibility for their success, it increases complexity, and it lowers profit margin. The best part of a done with you service is that it's much simpler than a done for you service, and you can create a community where your clients help each other and learn from one another. The downside of a done with you offer is it's not as valuable in the eyes of your prospect. It's difficult to share sensitive data, and if done incorrectly, it can drown out the clients that need the most help by the loudest clients that you have. The best part of a do-it-yourself service is that it's infinitely scalable, can give you 95+% profit margins, and make makes your product or service much more accessible to a larger market. The downside of a do-it-yourself service is that it's very easy to be commoditized. You can be copied by your competitors, and it's difficult to take in the uniqueness of each client that's using it. So now let me walk you through how we combine the best elements of all three of these into what I call the hybrid offer. Here's a graphic I share with our clients to help illustrate this point. So on the right-hand side for the key, you can see we have three different types of boxes here. We have red boxes, which are done for you work. So these are things you're doing for your clients. You have blue boxes, which is do-it-yourself work. So these are things that your clients are doing by themselves. And you have green boxes, which are going to be done with you work. This is stuff that you're doing alongside your clients. So when you look at your typical offer, I've simplified it by just making it about 5 steps here. But on the left-hand side, you have the starting point. So this is wherever your prospects are when they first become clients with you. And on the right-hand side, you have the ending point. This is where you hope to have your clients end up after they're done working with you. And then, of course, in order to get them from the starting point to the ending point, like a roadmap, you have to take them through certain steps. Now, the first thing we do for our clients is we actually create these steps and optimize this whole process with them. But I'm going to give you some simple examples here that maybe help illustrate this point and drive it home for you. The first example I'm going to use is actually at our company, Scaling with Systems. So on the left-hand side, one of the offers we have, most of the prospects that are coming in are becoming clients because they're not getting enough sales calls. More specifically, they're not getting enough quality sales calls, right? They're having a low show-up rate, low close rate, low cash collected rate, and not enough sales calls on the calendar. And then on the right-hand side, where they end up once we're done working with them, is they have a lot of sales calls. Actually, they have so many high-quality sales calls that they need to hire more people, like salespeople and client success managers, which we help them in another service that we offer. But for this one, let's just focus on our core product, which is helping coaches, consultants, agencies, and online service providers scale using sales funnels, advertising campaigns, et cetera, et cetera. So there's multiple steps that have to go through this process for a client to go from not enough sales calls to a lot of sales calls. And each one of these steps, I have tested doing it for our clients, having them do it by themselves, us doing it with them, and I have learned an unbelievable amount of lessons. I've scaled incredibly quickly. I've also had to pause enrollments because we were doing way too much work for our clients. I've seen the downside of doing all done for you work, and you have clients that take no responsibility for their success. So take it from me when I say that this is like a good blend of what I think it should be: do it yourself, done with you, done for you. But you're gonna have to figure out for you, or if you ended up working with us, we'll help you figure out what's the best combination in your business. So first and foremost, we do this for every single client. We optimize their offer. So most of the time when I see somebody having a hard time getting more quality sales calls, it's because their offer is just not good enough, right? Some of the stuff that we're talking about in this video here. And so the first thing we do is we optimize their offer, but we don't do this for them like an advertising agency might, because quite frankly, we don't know their offer as good as they do. And our goal is to get this entire marketing campaign up and running in less than 14 days. So I would have to spend so much time, or my team would, trying to understand the offer when most of our clients have sold dozens of clients already. They already know their offer. They already maybe even know what they want their offer to be. They just need somebody to help craft it and make it better. So this is a done with you service. We work with them. We get on calls with them. We give them worksheets, and we get really, really in depth to figure out how do we make you stand out from the sea of sameness in your industry and have our marketing campaigns be much more effective. Then the next step that we have here is blue, which according to our key is a do-it-yourself service. So this is where they set up the ad account. Now we have incredibly in-depth videos, how-to guides, PDFs, like all of that stuff. And we have one-on-one support for our clients as well to be able to help them if they get stuck. But quite frankly, for me to have a client go in and give me access to their ad account, and then I have to go and figure out which ad account to use and which credit card to attach, it's totally unnecessary. It's going to extend out the amount of time it takes for us to launch their campaign. And most of our clients already have an ad account already, to be honest with you. And so it's very easy just to give them all the support they need to do this themselves. And so that really shortens that time to value of when we're able to launch our marketing campaign. Now, next here is that we write the ads, we write the video sales letters, we select the targeting, and everything else they need to actually get this campaign live. So actually, after they set up the ad account by themselves, we do the heavy lifting. Now, this is something that we used to do with our clients. We would, show them how to write ads, we'd show them how to write video sales letters. But what we learned is that this is where people were getting stuck with the most, and it has the biggest impact on the success of our clients' campaigns. And so instead of us continuously putting this on the clients and hoping that it gets right, and then they extend out the days that they're going to launch the campaign, which extends out our time to value, et cetera, we decided we're just going to do it for our clients. So we come in and we write all the advertising copy, the different variations of it, the different scripts of it. We write the entire video sales letter. We select the targeting for them. Hey, based on what you're saying here, here's what you should target inside the advertising platform. We even edit the videos for them as well. So we'll edit the videos to make it much more appealing when they're going on a news feed. So when you publish the ads, the editing of the videos have a big difference on the click-through rate, right? Which I have another video on that. And so we do all that stuff for our clients. We don't have our clients do that for us, okay? Then the other thing that we notice is even after we gave everything to our clients, we're saying, hey, here's everything that you need. If we waited for them to launch the campaign, then they would get in their heads. They'd say, oh, I'm traveling, I'm not ready, I don't feel so well, blah, blah, blah. Whatever excuse they would make as for a reason why they couldn't click go or publish on their advertising campaign. So what do? We took over this process. So after we write everything and you approve the ads and copy that we write, then we schedule a one-on-one call where we test everything, make sure it works, and then we click the go button together on the call. And this gives them the accountability that they need in order to actually see the results that they need to when they first joined us. The next step from here is the managing of the campaigns. Now, when it comes to managing the campaigns, there's 3 options. Do it yourself. So, hey, just go and do it yourself. There's done for you, where we're like an ads agency and we manage it for them. Or there's done with you, which is like, hey, we help you manage the campaigns. And we chose done with you in this element here because in a done with you example, we're able to give them the expertise that they need, that they're not always waiting on a response from us like on Saturday at 11 o'clock at night. And also so that they can learn the most powerful skill as a CEO in your business, which is how to generate qualified sales calls on your calendar. Until you get to, a few $1 million a year, there's really no other skill you need to learn other than that. But for them to go out and figure it out by themselves would be really difficult to do, even if we gave them all the trainings. So we actually review their advertising campaign performance with them. We tell them, hey, I turned that off, I duplicate that, I'd increase that budget by 20%, et cetera, et cetera. So we do that part with them. Then the next thing that we noticed was that whenever we were working with our prospects, they were getting on qualified sales calls, but a lot of them had never closed cold traffic before, meaning that they had always closed people from their Instagram account or referrals or a Facebook group or something like that, and they'd never actually got on the phone with somebody that came from cold traffic, someone that didn't really know who they were before they booked that call. And so what we do is we review their sales calls. This is a done for you element that I actually don't know anybody else that offers this, but we review their sales calls. So we have our sales team, actually someone specifically on our sales team, review the sales calls that they submit in, and we say, hey, I actually think your sales call structure is wrong. They threw this objection. You should have looped them this way. Or we take what we learned in the sales calls, like common objections or pains, and we put that back over in maybe the second batch of advertising materials that we create, right? So it's this kind of beautiful flywheel process where as we're getting better at sales and we're getting on more sales calls, we put better and better marketing materials so that we attract even more and more qualified people. And then the final thing here is that they end up with a lot of sales calls, right? And this is where they wanted to be when they first came inside of here. They wanted to have more sales calls than they currently have, and we're able to deliver that for a lot of our clients because of this exact process I walked you through. Now, the final one I want to show you at a 30,000 foot view is going to be for another client that we worked with as well. And this is for a client that helps with like branding and growing your presence online. So on the left-hand side, the prospect starts at when they first become clients, they have no long form content. So they want to build a brand, they want to start publishing, let's say YouTube videos, but they have no long form content. And on the right-hand side, they have a lot of long form content. Now, I'm not saying that these should be your transformational and avatar statements. I'm just keeping this as simple as possible. So the different steps that we have, remember, green is done with you. So the first thing that they'll do, and we help create this for our client who now has a multiple 7-figure business, is they create the messaging, okay? So they get together on a call and say, okay, who is your ideal prospect? What kind of pain points do they have? What is it that you offer them? What is your brand voice going to be on your channel? What's your font going to be? What kind of colors you're going to have? They cover all of this actually on the onboarding call. They used to cover it a few weeks down, and I said, hey, let's shorten the time to value by putting it on the onboarding call. So they cover all of that. The first thing they get on the call with is they get a incredibly clear, incredibly consistent brand messaging across all of their social media channels. Then the next thing they do is similar to how we have our clients set up their advertising accounts, because very easy to do, very easy copy and paste. There's dozens of guides online, including ours. they have their clients set up the YouTube channel, right? So cool, go into your Gmail account, go to YouTube, set up YouTube, and then use these banners that we created for you, make your about section what we created with you on the create messaging call, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Then from there, the business owner actually scripts the YouTube videos for their client. So our client scripts the YouTube videos for their client. So they notice that a big bottleneck is after they get the message down and everything, they'd come up with a million reasons why. Oh, I just don't know if I should, if this video speaks to my audience and I don't really want to sound cheesy and blah, 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 what we hear the typical excuses. And so this company now scripts the first YouTube video for the client. Not every YouTube video, but just the first one to get them going and give them a template to use moving forward. Then the client by themselves shoot the YouTube video, right? We used to have a client of ours that would go out to people's houses and shoot the videos for them. And I was like, that's a great offer, but it's very difficult to scale. It goes back to what I said at the beginning of this video in the complexity of trying to scale that. So instead, you can have the clients do it, but once again, you show them, hey, here's my office setup, here's how you record it step by step, et cetera, et cetera. And then editing the YouTube video. Similar to editing an ad, how you edit a video has a big impact on the view rate of the video, how long people are watching it, the thumbnail, all of that stuff. So the click-through rate. So the company actually edits the video for their client, and then they publish it together, right? And that's how they end up with a lot of long-form content. If you want to get access to that graphic, be sure to check out the description below. And also be sure to watch this additional video on your screen here, which is how you can take this newly created hybrid offer and market it so that you can suck in new high-paying clients like a Dyson vacuum on steroids.